Bruh, thank you for choosing this video. Welcome back to this channel, a haven for Chelsea news updates. This time, I present 13 news stories about Chelsea, on and off the pitch, that you probably didn't know. So, find a comfortable seat and grab a drink. And there's a message from Pedro Neto for those of you watching this video.
Yeah. You subscribe to our YouTube channel.
I hope the number of likes reaches 300, because by liking this video, I'm even more motivated to provide as much news as possible, as interesting as possible for you. And finally, I wish you a happy viewing and a happy Monday.
You'd never believe it. Mudryk, the Chelsea winger, currently banned for failing a drugs test, reportedly wants to switch to the Olympics. That's right. Instead of focusing on his football career, Mudryk is pursuing his dream of becoming a sprinter for Ukraine at the 2028 Los Angeles Olympics. Crazy, right? From an 88 million pound winger, now he wants to compete on the track. Actually, it's not that strange. Remember his debut against Liverpool? He broke the record for running at 36.6 kilometers per hour. So if he really does switch to athletics, he's got the potential. But the requirements are really tough, bro. He'll have to qualify, meet world standards, and pass the Ukrainian selection first. The question is, would you rather see Mudryk shine again at Chelsea or create a sensation at the Olympics?
Bro, that's crazy. Just 4 minutes into the match against Manchester United, Robert Sanchez made a fatal blunder and was immediately sent off. Chelsea were devastated at Old Trafford, losing 2-1 and again failing to win there since 2013. But what caused quite a stir was Sanchez immediately speaking out on Instagram. He said, "Today guys, I'm so sorry for that. The team put in a massive effort in the second half but couldn't get there." What does that mean? He admitted his mistake completely, blamed himself, and apologized to the fans. The problem is, this isn't the first time Sanchez has messed up. Fans are already frustrated, especially since Chelsea could have signed a top goalkeeper like Mike Maignan this summer, but they canceled due to the price. Now, Philip Jorgensen is the one who has to replace Sanchez, but is he better? That's still a big question mark, bro. Do you think Chelsea should keep their faith in Sanchez or rush to find a new goalkeeper in January?
Wow, bro, this is really hot. Chelsea and Liverpool are ready to go to war for Tottenham star defender Mickey van de Ven. The 24-year-old Dutchman is being heavily targeted not only in England, but also by Real Madrid and Bayern Munich. Crazy, right? Van de Ven has joined Spurs from Wolfsburg, but he's instantly clicked and become a rock at the back. His pace is terrifying, his composure is impressive, his tactical nous is truly the complete package. The problem is, his salary at Spurs is still incredibly low. It's understandable why Chelsea and Liverpool are drooling. Liverpool clearly see him as Van Dijk's successor, while Chelsea needs a solid foundation for defensive improvements. The question is, bro, if you were Van de Ven, would you stay at Spurs, move up to Liverpool, or become the new rock at Stamford Bridge?
Bro, what a mess. Chelsea only needed 5 minutes against Manchester United to immediately run into a major problem. Robert Sanchez was sent off for recklessly colliding with Bryan Mbeumo outside the box. VAR checked and the result was still red. Enzo Maresca immediately panicked and brought on Philip Torkelson and Tosin to cover the gap. But yeah, Bruno Fernandes made things even worse for Chelsea with an early goal. Now what's heating up is that this case could open the door for Chelsea to bring back their old target, Mike Maignan. Milan had set a price of $25 million, but Chelsea backed out. But Maignan's contract expires next year. He's negotiable for free in January. Maresca is reportedly a big fan of his playing style. It's perfect for the new tactic. So the question is, would you rather Chelsea give Sanchez and Jorgensen a chance, or would you rather just get Maignan out of the way to keep him safe? Crazy, bro. This is really serious. Chelsea is negotiating a sponsorship deal with £15 million per year, but not for the front of the shirt, just the sleeve sponsor. Imagine a club as big as Chelsea played last season without a sponsor on the shirt.
That really created a huge financial hole, around £75 million per season just disappearing. It's understandable that they're now rushing to find additional funds. They've reportedly been in talks with the higher group, but nothing has been agreed yet. The problem is, Chelsea is asking for an insane sponsorship price, £60 million for the front of the shirt, plus £15 million for the sleeve. Many other big clubs get that kind of money because of their consistent top-tier performance, while Chelsea is still struggling. Furthermore, their chief revenue officer, Kasper Stalsiv, resigned yesterday. So it's even more confusing, right? Who's gonna fix this problem? If they don't get a sponsor soon, the Blues' finances could get even worse. Do you think Chelsea should lower their expectations to attract sponsors, or should they continue to stubbornly wait for someone willing to pay a high price?
Wow, bro, this is absolutely crazy. Chelsea and Barcelona are ready for a fierce battle for River Plate prodigy Ian Subiabre. The 18-year-old Argentine winger just broke into the first team in 2024, has played 19 games, and is already making waves in Europe. Chelsea clearly loves collecting wonder kids. From Estevao to Kenry Paez, they're now targeting Subiabre. Meanwhile, Barca also doesn't want to be left behind, seeing Subiabre as a future star who can't be missed. But the problem is, bro, River Plate is holding out. They're currently negotiating a new contract, increasing his salary and offering a release clause to prevent him from being poached by the European giants. The question is, bro, if you were Subiabre, would you choose Chelsea, who are building a youth project, or Barcelona, which has a rich history of South American players?
Enzo Maresca became the subject of criticism after Chelsea lost 2-1 to Manchester United at Old Trafford. It was all due to a tactical decision that was, well, let's be honest, really strange. Just imagine, Robert Sanchez was sent off in the 5th minute. Normally, you only take one player off to replace the goalkeeper, right? But Maresca immediately took off Estevao and Pedro Neto. Rooney even said on Match of the Day, Chelsea lost their imagination. The substitution was strange, but fortunately for United. Not only Rooney, Gary Cahill also chided him, saying one defensive substitution should have been enough, but two seemed too reactive. To make matters worse, Cole Palmer was also withdrawn in the 20th minute due to a recurring groin injury, so Chelsea played without creativity until the end. The result? Bruno Fernandes immediately took advantage, and United took an early lead. So, what do you think, bro? Maresca made a big mistake, or was there really no other option in that situation?
Crazy, bro. Chelsea transfer rumors are getting crazier. This time, the Blues' radar is no joke. Eduardo Kamavinga from Real Madrid. Reportedly, Chelsea's interest is 100% real, not just a rumor. The asking price? 80 million euros. And to make matters even more heated, Kamavinga's position at Madrid is currently shaky after Xabi Alonso arrived. So it's only natural that Chelsea will try to swoop in, especially since they're used to buying Los Blancos star players. Courtois, Hazard, Rudiger, remember? But there's one big question. If he does arrive, will Kamavinga be a direct competitor to Enzo Fernandez? Because lately, many have said Enzo has often been missing at crucial moments. This could be Chelsea's move to upgrade their midfield. What do you think, bro? Would Kamavinga be a good fit for Stamford Bridge? Or is this just a rumor?
Bro, Chelsea lost their first Premier League game of the season, losing 2-1 to Manchester United at Old Trafford. But what caused a stir wasn't just the result. It was Enzo Maresca's decision to drop Joshua Champong from the squad. Many fans thought Champong was injured, but Maresca immediately said firmly, no, just for that. It was a purely tactical decision. He already had Tosin and Malo Gusto on the bench, so Champong had to be willing to sit out. In fact, this youngster was in the spotlight after his debut against Crystal Palace. Bournemouth were already eyeing him last summer, but Chelsea fought tooth and nail. Now he's barely getting any playing time. With Sanchez getting sent off early, Palmer injured, and poor results in the last 3 games, the pressure on Maresca is getting even more intense. So, bro, do you think Maresca is really maintaining the balance of the squad, or is he just killing off a young talent like a Champong?
Bro, this is crazy. Chelsea has officially rejected Manchester United's approach for Romeo Lavia. After all, since joining from Southampton in 2023, the Belgian has spent more time in the medical room than on the pitch. Imagine, he's missed 77 games due to injury. But don't worry, Chelsea reportedly still has 100% confidence in Lavia's quality. They say he's truly loved at the club despite increasingly fierce competition from Caicedo, Enzo, and even Andre Santos. Now, the hot topic. January could be crucial. If Lavia is fit but doesn't get playing time, he could be pushed out to chase a 2026 World Cup spot. So the question is, do you think Chelsea should keep Lavia no matter what, or should they let him go so his career doesn't stagnate?
Bro, did you see the drama at Old Trafford yesterday? Chelsea were down to 10 men because Robert Sanchez was sent off in the 5th minute. Enzo Maresca even made the quickest double sub in Premier League history. Pedro Neto out, Estevao out, Tosin and Jorgensen on. Total chaos. But the real deal was Alejandro Garnacho, who said he was ready to play against his former club. He didn't come on. When he warmed up, the entire stadium booed like crazy. I thought Maresca was scared, but it turns out the reason was simple. Fofana asked to be substituted first, the sub slot was taken, and Garnacho went back to the bench with his head down. The question is, bro, does Maresca really care about Garnacho and is trying to maintain his mental health? Or is this a sign that he doesn't trust him 100%? Bro, what a mess. Chelsea lost their first game of the season against Manchester United, and it all started with the drama in the 5th minute. Robert Sanchez came out of goal completely blank and immediately slashed at Mbeumo. The referee didn't waste time. Red card. He only played for 4 minutes. The fastest Chelsea red card in the Premier League. But that wasn't enough. Cole Palmer also had to be substituted in the 21st minute. Fans initially blamed Maresca for dropping creative players like Palmer and Estevao, but it turns out Palmer is still struggling with the long-standing groin injury, so this was a medical decision, not just a tactical error. Sanchez himself immediately apologized on Instagram. On me today, guys, big sorry for that. Respectful, but still, netizens are starting to get fed up with his blunder. Now, Philip Jorgensen will play in the Carabao Cup, a golden opportunity to prove himself. But honestly, bro, do you still believe in Sanchez as Chelsea's starting goalkeeper? Or should the club look for a replacement in January?
Crazy, bro. This week has been a complete nightmare for Chelsea. They've lost to Manchester United and Bayern Munich in 4 days, and what's worse, both were due to their own mistakes. Robert Sanchez is up to no good again, his back line is easily penetrated, and the fans are all slapping their foreheads. Well, from that, it's clear Chelsea must buy these 2 players in January, Mike Maignan and Marc Guéhi. Maignan, a world-class goalkeeper. His contract at Milan is about to expire, and he could be acquired cheaply or even for free. Imagine, he could immediately replace Sanchez and provide a sense of security between the sticks. And then there's Marc Guéhi, Crystal Palace center back, calm, solid, and doesn't panic easily. He's perfect for plugging the big hole in Chelsea's defense, especially with Colwill's ACL injury. If these 2 players actually land at Stamford Bridge, Chelsea could become a feared team again. So, what do you think, bro? Will Maresca be given these 2 important players, or are the owners still being stingy?